ToRaH Guardian, speaking the absolute truth. ToRaH Nation.
Shalom, 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 Yashar and Yahudah, grafted in Gentiles into the body of HaMashiach. We praise the Most High Yahudah for the witness, the RUACH HaKodesh, the water and the blood. I thank the Most High that He is a keeper. But His ability to keep us has everything to do with our consistency in developing our Amunah in the truth of His word. Yahudah is not going to do more than you have Amunah in His word, right? Yahudah is a healer, right? But if you don't have Amunah to be healed, Yahudah is a deliverer. But if you don't have Amunah to be delivered, Yahudah is able to do exceeding abundantly above all you can ask or think. But if you don't believe it, right? Yahudah is able to deliver you from Babylon. But if you don't believe it, see, Yahuwah's witness requires, demands Amunah. You ain't gonna get in by, through. You ain't nothing happening apart from your Amunah in what the word of Yahudah says. You ain't gonna even be able to get an answer to prayer without your Amunah in Yahuwah's ability to call what you pray for to come to pass. We're in an age, in a time, where you are going to have to stand your ground. Right? Florida has a law, it's a stand your grounds law. And it provides for the use of lethal force, right, in a position where you are left with no other choice than to stand your ground. And if it's by a firearm, you stand your ground, right? This law frees, again, you got to meet the conditions. This law frees you from responsibility of prosecution, right? You have to stand your ground, right? As the children of Yahudah, born again of the water and of the RUACH HaKodesh, we have to understand that Amunah is the equivalent of us standing our ground. See, we believe that the word of Yahudah is true at all costs. And there is no other alternative. There is no other way to get what we need apart from us standing our ground, right? He said in Ephesians, I think it's the 5th chapter, above all, stand. Having done all, stand. But he also says, above all, taking the shield of Amunah, above all, understanding before any and all of this works and functions, you have to have Amunah above everything. You have to have Amunah. You must have faith above all things. And if you are with regards to what you need to do in order to ensure that you have Amunah. Amunah comes by hearing. You have to literally allow the word of Yahuwah to be heard specifically out of your mouth. Right? As you read ToRaH, right, that is going to bring about Amunah. As you read the ToRaH and the Besorah, there is a quickening, a life that's occurring. There's this Amunah that will cause you to not stagger, because there's too much evidence in ToRaH that leaves you with an understanding that Yahuwah can do everything he says, and that Yahushua HaMashiach has made it possible for everything that we desire in Yahuwah according to ToRaH, right? According to the word of Yahuwah. Everything we desire when we pray, if we believe Amunah in what he has given, provided, then we can receive Amunah. 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 You have to have Amunah. You have to have Amunah. You have to believe the word of Yahuwah. You have to really believe and understand the word of Yahuwah to be the word of Yahuwah. You have to. I'm turning there. You have to be anchored. Right? You got to be anchored. You got to not be moved. You have to be convinced of the word of Yahuwah. Have to be convinced. You have to be. You have to be convinced. Avraham, our father, has been recorded as being a forefather that staggered not at the promise that Yahuwah had made to him through unbelief. The promise to make him the father of many nations. The promise to bless his seed. Everything that Avraham experienced that Yahuwah done for him had everything to do with his Amunah. Everything to do with his Amunah. Avraham staggered not. He did not waver. He was not tossed by the wind. And in this hour, you better fortify yourself. You better hear the word of Yahuwah more than you hearing everything else. Because there's so many things that's going to come upon the earth to shake your Amunah. I mean, we're going to see things that we ain't never seen before. We're going to experience things that we ain't never seen before. You have to know in Amunah that you serve Alua Yahuwah, and he is able to deliver you, rescue you, provide an out for you, transfigure you, do whatever it takes to get you to where you need to be in him. Listen, Yahuwah is able to do it. You have to believe that he'll do it. I know now more than ever that Amunah is going to either cause you to be made or broken. Your failure to have Amunah is going to be your demise. You're strengthening yourself in your most holy Amunah. That's going to cause you to enter into the kingdom. That's going to separate you, right? Because you have been convinced that you are his. And because you're convinced that you are his, you understand that he's going to do exactly what he says he's going to do. And you're going to continue to read and develop your Amunah, strengthen your Amunah. You're going to continue to, by the RUACH HaKodesh, mix the word of Yahuwah with the Amunah, the word of Yahuwah, with your RUACH and Amunah, and you're going to see the supernatural. Some of y'all don't even believe that it's possible for you to be a demonstration of the supernatural, right? Some of y'all just believe that, I ain't casting out no devils. I ain't speaking no tongues. I can't take up serpents. If I drink anything, it's gonna kill me. Oh, yeah. Maxine, Claudine, they gonna kill me. I can't win against them. Come on. Yeah, you don't have Yeshua for salvation, unto salvation. You have to position yourself. You have to not stagger at the promises of Yahuwah through unbelief. You got to be strong in Amunah. You got to be fully persuaded that what he's promised he's able to perform. You have to be this way, right? And in being this way, you will see his Yeshua. You will witness his salvation. You will see his deliverance. You will experience his righteous divine intervention, right? But you can't stagger at the promises of Yahuwah through unbelief. You can't do it. You can't stagger at the promises of Yahuwah through unbelief. You got to be strong in Amunah. You got to be strong in Amunah and be persuaded that what he's promised he's well able to perform. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, called the greatness woman of Yahuwah, beautifully and wonderfully made. I'm going to get into this more deeply on tomorrow. This is the hour of Amunah. This is the hour of seeing those things come to pass. This is that hour where we stagger not at the promises through unbelief. This is that hour. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, wake up. And get ready. Because we in that hour. With that, I say, listen, shalom, man.
ToRaH Garden, speaking the absolute truth. ToRaH Nation.